honestly, a lot of y'all lack the confidence that you want, that you need to navigate dating, to navigate friendships, to navigate this world, is because you don't know your worth. What's going on, babes? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of Candidly Chrissy. If y'all do not know me, my name is Chrissy. Hello and welcome. So y'all, if this is your first time here, Candidly Chrissy basically is just like girl chat. We sit down and get candid and I talk to y'all like you are my besties, because you really are. Y'all my girls, y'all already know. And we just talk about real things going on in the media, any topics y'all want to talk about. I've told a lot of juicy story times, so if you haven't seen any Candidly Chrissy's, you can always go to the playlist and binge watch the ones that I've already done. But it's been a while. It's been a while since I've sat down and really just talked to y'all, so I wanted to do this kind of different. I'm literally filming on my vlog camera on my couch in my living room and just talking to y'all like I would sit on my couch and kiki with my good sis, okay? So as y'all know, you gotta get your wine, get your cocktail, grab a snack, do whatever you gotta do, have me on while you're cooking dinner, helping the kids with the homework, whatever, honey. But make sure you have me on. Also, you guys, make sure you are subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, share this with someone that you think would love to hear it. It helps me so much. And let's get into it. Y'all, first and foremost, how have y'all been? I feel like I haven't seen a lot of my regular babes like in the comment section. Like, where are y'all at? How have you guys been? I miss you guys so much. Today, I don't know, like, this is impromptu, so I have like things that I want to talk to you about and things that y'all have told me that you want me to talk about. So I don't even know where to start. Okay, I feel like first things first, like that's been on my mind recently, that I just kind of like gotta get out of here. Okay, so we all know that Kevin Samuels died last week. Okay, I think it was like last Friday. And listen, it's hard to put respect at Kevin Samuels. I can't even say the man's name right. Kevin Samuels' name in the same sentence. However, I'm not gonna bash this man because at the end of the day, I'm respect the dead. Like, this is somebody's son, somebody's friend, I don't know if he has siblings, but someone's brother. Not sure if he had children. If he did, someone's daddy, like ex-lover, like mentor. This is somebody's something. And if you ever lost anyone, no matter what they've done to someone, no matter what they've said, that people didn't agree with, it hurts the same. Okay, so I'm just not gonna bash that man. However, it doesn't mean that I agree with anything that he stood for, that he talked about, because one thing I'm really sick of is men, but especially black men, because they should know better, getting on their podcasts, getting on Instagram, getting on YouTube, and using their platforms to bash and degrade black women in front of folks. Like, you know how your friend, you know how people come over to the house and your parents would be like, "No, don't embarrass me in front of company." Okay, he over here out loud on social media, on all his platforms, embarrassing us in front of company, and I don't appreciate that. I really do not like when black men, you know, take the easy route of fame, success, and you know, riches, or being able to earn money and likes and followers on these apps by degrading black women. I feel like, unfortunately, today that's just the easy way to do it, because you know what, you know how I know he did? I saw a TikTok, and on the TikTok, this guy had this digging. In one of his very first YouTube videos, he was really holding black men accountable for the things that they were doing in a lot of his like first videos. And then, you know, when he, I guess, realized he wasn't getting the followers, he wasn't getting the likes, he wasn't getting none of that, his whole narrative changed. Now, there are people that are gonna say, well, he did say a lot that was good, or did a lot that was good. Okay, that's great. But the things that were negative about black women, about plus size women, about women over a certain age, or women with children were louder than anything good that he might have done, okay? And it overshadowed it, and to be honest, it embarrassed us, and it's embarrassing more than anything for him. I don't appreciate it, and I just want to like reiterate to anyone that used to watch him, that you should listen to him, like, he was just wrong on so many levels. And I think I watched his stuff, like I watched clips of his stuff, because I've been like, girl, like, why do y'all keep calling in to get degraded by this man, but then you mad because you degraded by this man? Like, I would watch it and be like, okay, he just talking, like, I know what this looks like. It's kind of like that Fit and Fresh podcast, like, I know what that looks like. The things he says really doesn't affect me, it rolls on my shoulder, whatever. But I do think that there is a group of women that might believe what he says, and that might have been affected by some of the things he says. Because even when I asked y'all, like, what do you want me to talk about, what, you know, topic should I touch, the topic of confidence while plus size, dating while plus size, dealing with men while plus size constantly comes up. So I know that there is a large group of women still trying to navigate this field, and I feel like as your plus size fairy godmother, that it is my duty to constantly help y'all, like to constantly like reassure y'all, to constantly reiterate the actual truth. So let me go ahead and debunk some of the things that I know he said. Okay, one of the things that I heard that he said is that if women are 35 and up, and especially women that are 35 and up with children, they have never been married, that they're pretty much damaged goods. Baby, not damaged goods. Like, that is not true at all. Like, are you kidding me? I know so many women in their 30s that are single. I know women that have children, and you never know what someone went through in their past. You never know why someone is single or never has been married. You don't know what people's situation are. And I know a lot of high value women that are single, and it doesn't mean that they want to be single, but it kind of just means that they are waiting for the man that God has brought to them. Like, no one can sit here and say that because you're 30 or you're 35 and you are unwed, that you are not a woman of high value. You don't know when God is bringing your mate. Like, first and foremost, let me just say that you do not know. God can bring your mate at 40. God can bring your life partner at 45. God will bring your husband at 50, okay? God will bring your partner whenever he sees fit, okay? First and foremost. So for anyone to take that stance, are you God? Okay, who died and made you God? Like, are you? No. So for anyone to make that stance, like, you're ignorant. And if I'm not mistaken, he was very much like 50 something and single. So a lot of times what y'all forget, that people that will talk about you, call you names, call you not a high value woman, talk about whatever, are really insecure about their own place in life. So to me, like, and I think with social media, everyone on TikTok and Instagram is like arguing over right now, and really realizing is that he was a hypocrite. Like, a lot of the things that he talked about, a lot of the things that he called us black women out on, were actual things that he was experiencing in his own life. Why weren't you married? And I used to say, like, if you don't like women, just say that. Like, the way he would approach women, like, I remember on one live I was watching on the Shade Room, he had told this woman, like, because you weigh over this certain amount, like, this is why you don't have a man. That's why he don't want you. That's why no one's gonna take you seriously. You're not a high value woman. What? Like, so because I don't weigh the weight that is on that chart that's hanging up in the doctor's office, I'm not a high value woman. Most women, most people in general, don't weigh the weight that we are technically supposed to weigh for our heights, okay? Most people don't. Most people, the average woman in the United States is a size 14, okay? So that's why I say, if you don't like women, just say that. But the irony was the irony in it all is that when he passed, he was with a woman that was very much giving thick. That was very much giving when she sat down, I saw a roll. That was very much giving when she sat down, her thighs spread, okay? In the picture I saw, and I'm not trying to be messy, and I'm not trying to degrade nobody, and it's not funny that that man died. Like, Lord, I hope that he had a conversation with you in those last minutes, but you know, it's just like the irony of the situation. Now, I don't believe in the stance, well, karma, because death is not karma. Like, we all have our time. That just was his time to go. We all have an expiration date, okay? And that's not up to karma. That's up to God. Maybe God said, you know what? You've wreaked enough havoc. You've done enough. Like, you're done. You know, that. I'm not God. I don't know. I can't tell you, okay? But it's just like the irony of the situation. I think that that's a really good situation to sit there and be like, dang, the very people that will sit there and talk about you, they're talking about you because of their own insecurity and their own things that they're struggling through and the own things that are going on in their life. This man made millions of dollars, gained millions of followers from telling women and black women that you are not a high value woman because you are plus size, that you are not a high value woman because you are single, you're over the age of 35, that you are not a high value woman because you have a child. Like, since when did a child, you know, make you lower on the totem pole? You know what I mean? Since when did a blessing like that, you know, make you less of a prize, less of a woman? Like, you know what? And yes, I am not in that category of a method. I'm 26, okay? But it's a very real reality that I might be single going into my 30s. That's my reality. I think that's a lot of our realities. We don't know. We could be in relationships right now. This is going to be my forever. We don't know what's going to happen. So to base your value off of whether you are in a relationship or not, there are people in relationships right now that are getting cheated on, beaten on, and they are miserable. Like, I tell people all the time, I could have been married years ago. Okay, I could have been married years ago. Every man that I've ever dated wants to marry me. I've been marriage talk with every man I ever dated. Every man I ever dated want to put a baby in me. Like, I'm just that girl. But did I want to be with them on that level? Did I want them to be the father of my children? Did I want them to be the man that I'm married to for the rest of my life? Because when I get married, I don't know about y'all, but when I get married, it's not for 10 years, it's not for 5 years, it's not for 20 years, it's not for 72 days. It's for the rest of my life. The rest of mine or his. When I get married, I'm looking at that man like, do I want you to raise my kids? You know what I mean? Do I want you to be boss to my kids? Do I want to submit to you? And most importantly, did God send you here for me? Did God make you, especially from the moment that your dad's, you know what, fertilized with your mom's egg and you got fertilized and whatever happens after that, what's that for me? Did God make you especially for me? Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. And to be honest, the guys that I've dated so far, no ma'am. They were not it. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna be single until God brings the person that he made for me, and we don't know when that is. I have an aunt that got married at 40, and that didn't make her a low value woman. She was a very high value woman because she waited for what she deserved. I think that when you wait for what you deserve and you don't lower your standards, that makes you a high value woman, no matter how old you are. You know what I mean? And I do believe, listen, I think that maybe in our own lives, like, we might have things to work on. We might have things that we need to figure out, but still, like, I do believe that when you're single, like, work on you, figure you out, so that when that person comes, like, you're ready, even you can grow together and all of that. But even feeling like you need to be single just so you can work on yourself or whatever, like, that does not make you a low value woman, okay? And let's go into this one right here, because baby, just because you're overweight, just because you're plus size, just because, you know, you are over size 8, just because you don't meet the rate requirement of what you're supposed to weigh for your height, does not make you a low value woman. Okay, like baby, like I said, first of all, the average size of a woman in the US is a 14. A 14 is very much plus size. Okay, I just hate the notion of always trying to devalue a bigger woman, a woman with curves, yet those are whose DMs y'all are in. That is who y'all sneak around with and sleep with, but you're not gonna wife her? Like, that is the woman that he died with. Like, she was very much giving thick, but she's a low value, right? So you spend your time with low value women, right? Okay. Your size does not equate to your value, okay? And to be honest, y'all, if y'all are listening to these men on these podcasts, if you were a Kevin Samuels listener, a Derek Jackson listener, Fit and Fresh, like whoever else, baby, what are you doing anyway? Like, why are you running to men to tell you your value? Okay, or to validate your worth? Why are you listening to men to tell you if you're pretty or not? Why are you listening to men to tell you if you're skinny enough, if your body is nice enough? Some women put so much value behind what these men say. Like, y'all, why are we letting these men that are ignorant? It's not all black men, okay? So I'm not even gonna say it's not all men. There are a large group of black women that love thick girls, big girls, black women, like that protect and respect black women. But why are we putting such weight on what these podcasters say? I hate even when we're in uproar about it, because that's what they do it for. Like, it's what they feed off of. You know what I mean? This is what they want for us. They want us to act like this because it proves their point. But at the end of the day, a lot of these men that speak like this are insecure little men that probably were bullied and picked on in school. That some beautiful little black girl broke their heart. That some thick girl broke the heart. Honestly, when someone comes at me, like when a man comments on my channel talking about my size, my appearance, I'd be like, girl, what big girl broke your heart, honey? What plus size girl broke your heart? Because can't nobody tell me about me, okay? First and foremost, I'm that girl. And I really need y'all to develop that mindset. That's why I have this plus size it girl series. I am that girl, and I have built myself up to be that girl. I am a high value woman because I have worked to be one, and that is how I view myself, and no one can tear me down from that. I have worked on this confidence. I've worked on this self-esteem. That is nothing that no one, no podcaster, no YouTuber, no Instagram, no TikToker, nobody could ever take away from me. It's my self-esteem, my confidence. Y'all have to build that up for yourselves, not for a man, not for a relationship. I'm the happiest I've ever been, and no, I'm not in a relationship. I'm very much single. Like, do I want to be in a relationship? Yes. Am I gonna settle for just anyone? No. Y'all have got to build yourself up. So if y'all really want to be a high value woman, let me tell you how to do it right now. Okay, to me, a confident, high value woman, a woman that is that girl, holds her head up high, and she understands why she's here in this world, and she knows her worth. Honestly, a lot of y'all lack the confidence that you want, that you need to navigate dating, to navigate friendships, to navigate this world, is because you don't know your worth. Like, you are worth so much. Like, when you really think about it, I don't know how religious any of you guys are. I don't know what you guys believe in, but I believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Okay, God literally sent his only son to this earth. Jesus died on the cross, nails in his skin. Like, can y'all imagine nails going through your hands for our sins? Like, we are worth so much. Like, do you know how much you're worth? Do you know how much our ancestors fought for us to be here today? Like, do you know the amount of worth you hold even between your legs? Like, I'm sorry to get a little bit graphic, but do you know the worth you hold? as a black woman? Do you know the worth you hold as a woman of color? Like, even to my white girls here on this channel that are down with the girls, like, do you know the value that you hold? Okay, if I could talk to my black girls for a second, because I know a lot of young black girls watch me. Do you know the value that you hold in this world? Do you know that so many people want to be you? Do you understand that? Okay, do you know so many people want this skin, this melanin, this tan, almondsy chocolate stuff? Do you know that so many people get lip fillers to have nice plump lips? Do you know that so many people are out here getting BBLs and things injected in them to have fuller, wider hips and a bigger butt and thicker thighs? Like, do you know the value that you hold? Like, you better walk with your head held high. Do you know that you are gorgeous? Like, do you know that really your beauty radiates from the inside on out? Like, do you know that your personality is beautiful? Do you know that you are unique, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made? Like, do y'all know the value that you hold? Like, we hold so much value. Until you learn that and you stop settling for less in this world, you're not going to obtain the confidence that y'all are looking for. Okay, you're not going to obtain that it girlness, that girlness that everyone is looking for, until you understand your value. And you got to understand that value within God. Like, you're not gonna understand how much you're worth until you do the work. Sometimes you're gonna have to cry, you have to scream, you have to cry, you have to cut certain people out your life to understand your value. You're gonna have to cut off friends, you're gonna have to set boundaries, you're gonna have to break up with that man, okay? You're gonna have to you gonna have to check a lot of people sometimes. But do you understand how much you're worth and how valuable you are to this world? Like, I really need y'all to know that. And I know that it's National, I think, Mental Awareness Month. I need you to understand how valuable you are to this world. I don't care if you're single and you're living alone, you're so valuable, and you're valuable to someone else. Your whole purpose on this earth could be to help someone else, to make someone else smile. Like, you never know. And I want you guys to, like, really sit down and do that work. You may need to get out of that relationship that you're in right now, because it's lessening your value, and it's lowering your self-esteem, and it's lowering your standards. Okay, every time you lower your standards to meet somebody else where they at, you're lowering your value. Okay, I think a high value woman is a woman that goes out and she takes chances, and she takes life by storm. Like, life is too short to be sitting here and being afraid. Go out and film that content. Start today. Go out and wear that outfit. Do it right now. Just do it. Like, just do it. Who cares? Literally, who cares? Like, people are more concerned about how they look and what's going on in their head and their own securities than what you look like in the tube top. I bet you've been looking at, go apply for it right now. If you've been thinking about going back to school, go on the website, figure out what you got to do as far as financial aid, figure your schedule out, go do it. Hold your head up high and understand that you are so valuable on this earth, and that you are so fearfully and wonderfully made. And stop letting these men on these podcasts and these men that are literally insecure and battling their own little battles and trying to figure things out tell you about yourself. Like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Okay? Like, literally today, stop doing it. Delete it, unfollow it, block it, stop. All right, so y'all, I feel like this video is getting really long, and I feel like I've just been rambling, but these are words that I've really been wanting to say to y'all. I want to say to a lot of people, like, y'all, it's 2022. Like, don't nobody have time to be insecure. Like, no one has time to be insecure in 2022. It's too much life to live out here. It's too many things to do. Like, that dude you have a crush on, tell him. Like, you know what I mean? Go after what you want. At the end of the day, men like confident women. And like, I get so many type of dudes in my DM. So many type of guys want to take me out. So many type of guys to date. Like, dude, men really just love confidence. They love women that carry themselves well. They love women that visibly respect themselves and really show up for themselves. And a man can tell when you don't respect yourself, child. Like, men are smarter some men are smarter than what we think they are. Like, they can tell, like things like that they can sniff out, okay? So so carry yourself like you're that girl. Even if you don't believe you're that girl, carry yourself like someone that is that girl carries herself until you feel like you're that girl. Okay, sometimes we have to fake it till we make it. Sometimes we have to front until we feel it. So I love you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little girl chat. I know it was like impromptu and kind of like a little bit all over the place, but I had to say what I had to say, okay? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe with this video, share it with someone that needs to see it. I love y'all so much, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah.